If there's a paradise on Earth, it just might be the Philippines. Beyond its breathtaking beauty, this tropical haven is also home to some of the world's most stunning women. Now, imagine this, living in a cozy apartment for under $500 a month, enjoying mouth-watering meals for just a few dollars, and hopping on transportation so cheap, it almost feels free. Sounds dreamy, right? Stay with me because we're about to uncover the hidden gems of the Philippines. Let's dive in. The Philippines is a tropical wonderland made up of more than 7,600 islands, with about 2,000 of them inhabited. Picture this: powdery white sand beaches, secret waterfalls tucked in lush jungles, and mountains so majestic they look like they came straight out of a fantasy novel. In Manila, the bustling capital, you'll find skyscrapers, historic landmarks, and traffic with a personality of its own. A quick 10-minute drive? Oh, it could easily stretch into 2 hours. But if you head out to Palawan, Boracay, or Siargao, you'll discover beaches so mesmerizing, many travelers simply never want to leave. And let's not forget the volcanoes, over 20 active ones. The star of the show, Mayon Volcano, so perfectly cone-shaped, it looks like an artist designed it for a science book. The climate here, warm, humid, and tropical. There are just 2 main seasons, the wet season from June to November and the dry season from December to May. On sunny days, island hopping feels like magic. But during typhoon season, paradise can quickly turn into a soggy challenge, with heavy rains and power outages. It's all part of island life. Now here's the best part, the affordability. Life here doesn't just look like paradise, it feels like it. A decent 1-bedroom apartment in Manila runs between $300 and $500 per month. In smaller cities, you could pay as little as $100. Food, delicious and budget-friendly. A filling local meal costs around $2 to $5, and if you're cooking at home, groceries are even cheaper. Transportation is just as kind to your wallet. Jeepneys, the country's colourful little buses, cost less than 50 cents a ride. Even taxis and ride-hailing apps stay affordable. Want to hit the gym? Memberships average around $15 per month. A movie ticket? Just $4. A night out with friends? Maybe $10 to $30. And even healthcare won't break the bank. Doctor visits start at $5, with private health insurance between $50 and $100 monthly. With a budget of $1,200 to $1,500 a month, you can live very comfortably. And if you're frugal, $800 could be enough. But while that sounds like paradise for foreigners, life isn't always so easy for locals. Around 15% of Filipinos live below the poverty line, struggling with basic needs. Millions work tirelessly, and many leave home to work abroad, supporting families from afar. Over 2.2 million Filipinos work overseas, sending love and money back home, even if it means years away from loved ones. And yet, despite these challenges, Filipinos shine. They're some of the warmest, most resilient and joyful people you'll ever meet. The Philippines isn't just about landscapes, it's about culture. With 175 ethno-linguistic groups, traveling here feels like stepping into dozens of mini-nations, each with its own language, customs, and traditions. The biggest groups, Tagalog, Cebuano, and Ilocano. And don't worry, English is widely spoken, while Filipino, the national language, unites the country. When it comes to faith, the Philippines is unique. It's the most Christian nation in Asia, about 80% Roman Catholic, but you'll also find a rich blend of beliefs shaped by history and diversity. So whether it's the pristine beaches, the rich culture, or the warmth of the people, the Philippines isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to feel. Islam, Protestantism, and indigenous traditions also color the Philippines' spiritual landscape. In big cities, you'll see grand Spanish-era cathedrals towering over the streets, while in smaller towns, local churches often double as community hubs where everybody knows everybody. Major religious celebrations like Holy Week draw massive crowds, but when it comes to holidays, Christmas absolutely takes the crown. And guess what? Filipinos start playing Christmas songs as early as September. That means the Philippines has the longest holiday season in the world. Imagine 4 straight months of festive cheer. And of course, no Filipino celebration is complete without food. Feasts are at the heart of every gathering, whether it's a wedding, a fiesta, or just Sunday lunch with family. Filipino cuisine is a love letter to its history, blending Spanish, Chinese, and Malay influences into dishes that speak louder than words. The superstar: adobo, meat marinated in vinegar, soy sauce, and spices, slow-simmered until it's tender and bursting with flavor. For grand occasions, lechon takes center stage, a whole roasted pig, golden and crispy on the outside, juicy and smoky on the inside. And on rainy days, or when you've had one too many drinks, nothing comforts like sinigang, a tangy tamarind-based soup with meat or seafood and fresh vegetables. Now, if you're feeling adventurous, there's balut, a fertilized duck egg that's not for the faint of heart, but a rite of passage for bold eaters. And thanks to 300 years of Spanish influence, you'll also find dishes like empanadas and tamales, though always with a Filipino twist. Think coconut milk, banana leaves, and vinegar giving everything that unmistakable punch of local flavor. So tell me, which dish would you try first? Or if you've already had Filipino food, what's your favorite? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to know. But food is just the beginning. Filipinos are famously fun-loving, and karaoke, it's basically a national sport. Families often own their own karaoke machines, and competitions, even with cash prizes, are surprisingly common. Once someone grabs the mic, don't expect just a song. Expect a full-on concert performance. Talent optional, enthusiasm guaranteed. Filipinos are also deeply superstitious. For example, sweeping the floor at night is thought to sweep away good fortune. So many households just won't risk it. And if you're walking in the woods, you might hear someone say, "Tabi tabi po." It's a polite way of asking spirits in the trees for permission to pass, because why risk illness or misfortune, right? Beyond traditions, there's also an eye for beauty here. The Philippines has produced more international beauty queens than almost any other country. Miss Universe, Miss International, Miss World, the list goes on. Filipinas are admired worldwide for their elegance and charm. From the fair-skinned mestizas with their striking features to the radiant morenas with that sun-kissed golden glow. Filipino women carry a beauty that feels effortless. And yes, skincare is serious business here. Sunscreens, serums, aloe vera gels. It's part of everyday life. With beauty woven so deeply into culture, it's no wonder pageants are a national obsession. A Miss Universe crown is celebrated like an Olympic gold medal, with parades, nationwide pride, and endless headlines. But beauty, of course, has its pressures. In the Philippines, being single can still be tricky. Women in their late 20s or 30s may face teasing or even pressure from family to settle down. Career-driven women often find themselves balancing professional dreams with traditional expectations, because many still believe a woman's ultimate fulfillment lies in marriage and motherhood. It's a fascinating mix of tradition, modernity, and resilience, just like the Philippines itself. When it comes to dating, young Filipinos mix old traditions with modern vibes. In cities like Manila, Cebu, and Davao, it's still common to meet through friends, family gatherings, or church groups. But dating apps are now a huge part of the scene. Tinder, Bumble, and Filipino Cupid are all popular, with Bumble especially loved by career-focused women who prefer making the first move. And here's something important to remember. In the Philippines, you're not just dating her, you're dating her whole family. Expect Sunday lunches, curious questions, and yes, plenty of unsolicited advice. Now, marriage is where things get really serious. Divorce isn't legal here, so "till death do us part" is taken very literally. The only alternative is annulment, and that process is long, complicated, and expensive. That's why Filipino weddings are such massive celebrations. Imagine hundreds of guests, endless food, and traditions layered with symbolism. One tradition is the money dance. Guests pin cash onto the bride and groom's outfits as they dance, wishing them prosperity. Another is the aras, where the groom gives the bride 13 gold or silver coins, symbolizing his promise to provide for their family. Even superstitions come into play, for example, a bride trying on her wedding dress before the big day. That's said to bring bad luck, or worse, a cancelled wedding. In the end, Filipino weddings aren't just about two people, they're vibrant family affairs filled with love, culture, and a sprinkle of superstition. Now, if you're thinking about visiting the Philippines, the good news is, entry is surprisingly easy. Many nationalities get up to 30 days visa-free, and extensions are simple. That's one reason the country is a favorite for backpackers, retirees, and digital nomads chasing the tropical dream. Flights are more affordable than you might expect too. From the US, round-trip tickets usually range between $600 and $900. From nearby Asian countries, they're even cheaper. And once you arrive, getting around becomes part of the adventure. Domestic flights, ferries, and traditional wooden boats called bangkas connect the islands, each one leading you to a new slice of paradise. But the Philippines is more than just beaches. Head north to the Banaway rice terraces, often called the eighth wonder of the world. Hand-carved into the mountains over 2,000 years ago, these terraces are living proof of Filipino ingenuity and resilience. Walking among them feels like stepping back in time. Misty peaks, cascading fields, and breathtaking views in every direction. For adventure seekers, Cebu is a must. Dive into the sardine run in Moalbol, where millions of sardines move like one giant shimmering wave, or visit Malapascua, home to rare thresher sharks and colourful coral reefs. With over 7,000 islands to explore, the hardest part isn't getting to the Philippines, it's deciding where to go first. So tell me, if you could visit just one place in the Philippines, where would it be? Drop your answer in the comments. That's it for today. Tap the screen for more adventures like this, and I'll see you in the next one.